We're just giving you a hard time. Oh. Oh, I went fishing.
Oh God. So here's a question for you. Who's that guy you were talking to?
Wherever she goes, I go, we go, flying over the cities down to Rio, love that I feel, oh nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill. Wherever she goes, I go, we go, flying over the cities down to Rio, love that I feel, oh nothing lasts forever, but I'm down for the minute, so just chill.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to the Wheaton Academy campus. As the Warriors and Coach Jeff Brook welcome Coach Adam Sisko and the Raiders of Glenbard South High School to Performance Trust Field for today's varsity Metro Suburban Conference soccer match. But before we get to all of that, we have a very special night here at Wheaton Academy. It's senior night. And we want to take the honor, the privilege, and the joy of announcing our seniors this year for the soccer program. First of all, we are going to start with Max Dominguez.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Performance Trust Field. This is Matt Hockett. I'm going to give you a chance to hear some of the senior appreciation. I'm going to read some of the same things you're hearing here. Max is a standout leader within the WA soccer program due to his high character, integrity, and relational spirit. Max has played as a tough outside back for the Warriors, shaping the culture of the program on and off the field. Max has led well and will continue to do so in the coming weeks as he guides his program in the leadership role. JD's got his mom with him, Marvy. JD has performed in the goal for the last 3 years as a noticeable goalkeeper. His all-sectional honors last year were well-deserved, and his leadership role this fall has been brilliant. JD is known as a dominant goalkeeper in the area and one that has shaped the landscape of WA soccer. JD always wants to get better, and his attitude has been contagious.
Thank you to JD and his mom. Next we have Owen Hardy with parents.
Owen Hardy is next with Doug and Wendy. Owen has served as a true holding mid this fall, shaping the possession-oriented style of the program. Owen is tough, afraid of no one, and anxious to contribute to build the program. His tenacity and quick paces have impacted the team for the better. The Hardy family has been a part of the program for the past 8 years.
Thank you to Owen and the Hardy family. Next we have Grayson Harris and his parents, John.
Grayson Harris with his parents, John and Jenna. Grayson Harris is in his third season with the varsity team. His crafty and dynamic work on top of the ball are noticeable to all who watch. Grayson has a knack for carving through the opponents and making the big play. Grayson regularly sets up goals for the Warriors and will always be known for his creativity with the ball.
Thank you, Grayson and parents, John and Jenna.
Next is Luca Huerta with parents Jeff and Kathy. Luca Huerta has led the Warriors in goals this year and has steadily grown into a dynamic force over the past 4 years. His willingness to work hard, serve well, and lead selflessly speaks to his high character as a young man. He is a generous person and a force to be reckoned with on the soccer field and in the soccer program. Next is Matt Oster with his parents Dave and Liz. Matt has anchored a defense this fall that has grown each day. Matthew's work rate, kindness towards others, desire to lead well, and overall energy for the program are incredibly noticeable. Matthew has a deep desire for the program to grow and to function in a way that is admirable and honoring. The Oster family has been a part of the program for 10 years. That's Matt Oster with Dave and Liz.
For 10 years. Thank you to Matthew and his parents, Dave and Liz.
Next we have Quinn Partain with his parents, Dave and Wendy. Quinn's a player that has shaped the WA program on and off the field. His love for soccer and for Christ are noticeable in the way he plays and the way he lives. Quinn's a true leader, influencing others to be the best version of himself. His vision for WA soccer and for the kingdom are grand and impressive. Quinn has shaped the program more than most know. I know the Partain family has also been with us for a number of years.
Thank you to Quinn and his parents, Dave and Wendy.
Next is DJ Polino with his parents, Darren and Renee. DJ is a player that is highly respected by his peers due to his high level of character. DJ works hard, honors the game, and seeks to play to honor his Lord. DJ is a stellar defender who has the flexibility to play multiple positions. He's a leader and a hard worker. DJ has shaped the culture of Lost Soccer and continues to influence those around him on and off the field.
To influence those around him on and off the field. Thank you to DJ and his parents, Darren and Renee.
Last but not least is Luke Sesnov with his parents, David and Chris. Luke has captured a vision for how he can influence this year, and it has helped the program. Sesnov has embraced a role, raised the level that is expected of other players, and has provided an energy that is absolutely noticeable. Luke has worked hard in this program and represents someone who has maximized his experience in such quality ways.
I'm
going to turn this over to the public announcer, Renee Ledesma, as we introduce lineups, go through the anthem, and pray. We'll rejoin you right at the start of the game.
And if the players and parents would remain in the center of the field, and if you all in the stand would stand and join us, we are going to pray for the seniors and over the contest, and the prayer will be done for us this evening by Coach Alex Earl.
All right, let's pray. Heavenly God, Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to come out here and celebrate the 9 players and their families, Lord. We thank you for the sacrifice, the time, and the commitment that they have made for this program to honor and to serve you on and off the field, Lord. We praise you for this opportunity, and we thank you for these families, Lord. Please help us to go out there tonight and to serve you and to worship you through our play this evening. We pray this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Coach Earl. Okay, now we'll go to the lineups.
Captains.
I believe one more picture, and the parents can come off the field.
Hey, give us a chance to hold our session.
Gotcha. Will do. All right, before we meet the teams, let's meet today's officiating crew. Today we have serving us on the field Scott Lightfuss, Mr. Jim Franklin, and Dave Holbrook. Once again, thank you, gentlemen. And now, let's meet the Glenbard South starting lineup. Jersey number 1, we have Cooper Reef. Number 4, John McMahon. Number 8, Josh Cohen. Number 10, Matt Muscatello. Number 14, Spencer Pyle. Number 17, Rob Schmieder. Number 19, Lance Evans. Number 20, Ryan Boza. Number 21, Alex Flores. Number 22, Kevin Enright. Number 23, Alex Bergendorf. And that rounds up the lineup for the Raiders. Coaching the Raiders, Mr. Adam Sisko, Associate Head Coach Mike Hordeman, and they are assisted by Justin Payne, Bob Bletcher, and Morgan Kasprick. And now, the starting lineup for your Wheaton Academy Warriors. Senior goalkeeper, Jersey 0, J.D. Gunn. Senior defender, Jersey number 8, Matthew Oster. Senior forward, number 9, Grayson Harris. Senior midfielder, number 10, Owen Hardy. Junior defender, number 12, Owen Cetron. Senior forward, number 14, Luke Holwerda. Junior defender, number 15, Elijah Lebo. Senior forward, number 17, Quinn Partain. Senior defender, 19, Max Dominguez. Junior midfielder, number 21, Jack Kilgallen. Junior midfielder, number 22, Seamus Kilgallen. Head coach of the Warriors, Mr. Jeff Brook. He is assisted by Coach Alex Earl, Coach Tim Miller, and goalkeeper coach Joe Salvaggio. Trainer and medical assistant on the field, Miss Rochelle Blakely. Gentlemen, if you would remain standing in the stands, if you would stand if able, we will proceed with our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and welcome back to Performance Trust Field. This is September the 26th, the Tuesday night, late in the season. We've got a conference game against Glenbard South. The Warriors coming in undefeated in the conference. If they can maintain this lead here late in the season, they're going to win the conference. And potentially they've seen the toughest opponents, but you never know coming into something like this how you're coming off a school day after a long weekend. A lot of factors come in to play. Joining me tonight, very thankful for his presence, Josh Walraven, added color commentary for us for volleyball, and is going to be with us today for the game. Josh, senior night. What can you say about some of those seniors that you heard? Impactful in the school, not just on the team, right?
Yeah, as I'm walking down the halls, some having classes with, they definitely have that leadership role and characteristic in them, in the class as well as on the field, and I'm looking forward to their performances tonight, and especially from Quinn Partain and J.D. Gunn being the team captains, hoping they have a standout performance.
Yeah, outstanding. Wheaton Academy had an excellent week last week. We worked a game against Plainfield. I think it was Plainfield Central. We missed a game where they went out to Riverside Brookfield, and on Saturday they played a game against St. Charles East, and a big school, of course, coming into this. Wheaton Academy up or down 1-0, tied it up before the end of the half, and won it with a 3-1 victory. And anytime you can beat a school like St. Charles East, St. Charles North, it's a good outcome for them. Give you some of the players here that you're going to see today. Quinn Partain backpedaling there on the near side. Number 17, Luke Huerta up here on the top. Number 15 chasing down the ball along with number 8, Eli Lebo, and number 8, Matt Oster. Owen Setron is there on the near side back over here. Owen Hardy in the middle of the field. Right here in the midfield, running to the ball, number 22, Seamus Kilgallen, his brother, number 21 on the far side, upper forward. Looks like number 9 in the game, Grayson Harris there in the midfield, and on the far side, trying to get a glimpse, but it's been Max Partain or Max Dominguez. It is Max Dominguez as he challenges the ball there.
So Seamus Kilgallen getting the steal right there, kicking it back.
Eli Lebo there. Owen Setron with the ball to Quinn. So, in soccer, it's all about possession. We talked volleyball about trying to get from the serve, making sure that you settle the ball, make sure you got a good pass. And for soccer, once you receive the ball, can you handle the pressure coming on you? Can you control it in the midfield? We've played different games on the sides, and you can see we've got Quinn Partain on this side and Jack Kilgallen on the far side. But that middle of the field there with Luke and Grayson and Owen, if they can control the ball, boy, we've broken games open.
Offsides there, Luke Huerta. Passed by Grayson Harris.
I would say he's too far. He cannot. So he can't be the same zoom distance all the time. So if we can get him subtly, but we should see it clear and quick.
Owen Setron passing into Quinn Partain.
Quinn maybe getting called for a little extra coming to the ball and then keeping it away from the defender, and the official threw up 2 hands. Hey, let's not. You can get a card for that delayed game.
Seamus kicking it back to Owen Hardy.
Yeah, looking out wide for Jack, and they finally get a hold of him. He hasn't touched the ball much. Sends it across. Goalkeeper thought about coming out, and Glenbard South had nothing to do but kick it out of bounds.
There we go.
Don't touch the zoom until we say so.
Seamus kicking into the middle of Grayson Harris, who I think tried to attempt to get the goal and missed. Owen Setron loses the ball. Glenbard South coming down the field.
Give some shout outs today. Josh Walraven with me announcing. I'm Matt Hockett. Our camera operators for today, Jonathan James, is up top for the first time this season. With him, Grace Gregory. And on the field, camera is given to you by Peter Sorensen. We have Chas Luchanen as our production assistant in the booth, and Jared Casper as our editor. Huge student crew. We know that these games are important to you, so I want to give you a chance to see these, especially late in the season. Next live stream broadcast is going to be against Glenbard South as well, but this time for football on Friday night. Goalkeeper sends that out to Wheaton Academy's own 40. Great kick, but not able to be controlled there. Who's taking that kick for us? Looks like Matt Oster.
That was Matt Oster. Kicks it deep to Quinn Partain, trying to control the ball, get a goal attempt in. Blocked by number 2 of Glenbard South.
Occupy that space!
So corner kick delivered by Owen Hardy. That came up a little bit short, but Owen Setron able to send it back. Great pass way out there to the far side, and Jack Kilgallen gets called for the offsides there. Quick little send in, and sometimes those weird plays are the ones that end up in scoring a goal for you.
Yeah, almost had one there, just slightly offsides. Now the Glenbard South goalkeeper looking to kick it off. Max Dominguez right there with the defense, kicking it back, hitting it out of bounds.
So the last few we've streamed live here, Warriors have gotten off to a quick start. Glenbard South lost earlier this season to Timothy Christian, 4-3. That's not a totally telling tale. Nice move there by Grayson Harris, kind of coming to a quick stop and sending the ball to Luke Huerta on the far side. Looks to make that play, and just a little too much so goal kick for Glenbard South. But we've scored within the first 10 minutes in all of the games, as quickly as 30 seconds in one of the games that we've broadcast. So this is a different feel, not a quick start, more of a challenge the further you get in the season. Teams know how to play you. They may have even watched some of our live stream broadcasts.
There's multiple balls, Peter, so just keep an eye out for it.
Luke Huerta with a move that wasn't able to really get anything. Coach throws up his arms saying, hey, what's the deal? It looked like a foul. Looks like they're just going to award a throw-in. But Luke has, for the Riverside Brookfield match last week, had both of our 2 goals. Had 4 or 5 goals last week before that. I think his total's up to 16 goals in the season. Grayson Harris sends that thing long, and again, Luke called for the offsides. Take a look at a replay, see if that is the case. We'll believe the official here, but kind of looked like he started behind the defender, but Wheaton Academy has been known to push that defensive line. So we'll have to see if we can make subtle adjustments. That's one of their bread and butter moves, is to send the ball along to Luke and let him chase it down. It's worked well in the past. They're going to keep going to it until they wear out that defense.
One section with a great pass to Quinn Partain, who makes a good, nice move. Ooh.
Oh, impressive step over there. He just didn't realize 3 people were paying attention to him instead of the 1. Coach Brooks' son, Mason Brook, chases it down as the ball man on the near side here.
Yes, you are. That is your job.
A little possession here by Glenbard South. Managed to make us play
Yeah, but it's your job too.
tag and chase them for a while, but doing a nice job just passing it around. We'll see if it comes to anything. If anything, it's just wearing us out for a little bit.
Keep an eye on the ball.
Good hustle by Max Dominguez on the far side, keeping them honest.
I know. Just zoom out when that happens. But not like super subtle. Jonathan, zoom in.
Attack, Fergie! When it comes to you, attack!
Throw in for Glenbard South. Skips over the head. A little shove in the back, and the keeper recognized that right away. Owen Hardy going to the ground. Nice job earning that.
JD on the kick in to Owen Setrin, who has a lot of room to work with. Passes up to Quinn Partain along the left side of the field. Gives it to Luca Horta, who loses control of the ball. Glenbard South coming back with it. Just turned it over to Owen Setrin.
Yeah, Owen goes back and forth pretty nicely. Now, he plays a left back here. They tried to thread the needle to Luke. Not able to do it, but Grayson's holding it. Really just ran out of steam with that. We're going to call it a shot because he got in front of the goal and to the goalkeeper, but it's not typical of Grayson to hit a ball that light. Originally looked like rain, but it might have held off. That's good for live stream. It might not be good for nature these days, as we're pretty dry here. I had a couple of students in my class complain about allergies. I took my dog to the vet yesterday, and he said my dog might have allergies from all this dryness in the air. I didn't know doggies get allergies.
I didn't know that either.
There you go. Shout out to my dog, Hockett Oswald, if you want to follow him on Instagram. He's got his own account.
Nobody had it. Peter.
So Glenbard South just kicked the ball out of the way. Glenbard South looks like they're getting ready for a couple of different subs coming in the game. Wheaton Academy, no one being subbed out yet. Coach Brook has a plan. 27-16 left to play in this first half, still scoreless. What do you see so far, Josh?
Just a lot of back and forth. Seems pretty equally matched for today. I'm hoping that Wheaton Academy can break through in the 25 minutes that we have in this half and see what they can do with the ball. Hopefully you can get a run here. Grayson Harris kicking up ahead. Stopped by Glenbard South.
That official got ready to throw up the flag again. I'm not sure that official is in the best position all the time. Wheaton Academy getting called for 2 offsides calls. J.D. Gunn,
Excellent save by JD
not
Gunn right there.
able to call his defender off of it, didn't come up and had to make an incredible save. That was really athletic of him.
That's JD Gunn's cat-like reflexes you saw right there, showing off the award he won last year for having most saves.
Oh, that was an outstanding save. That was all reflexes. There's probably a little basketball player in that, right?
Yeah.
Owen Hardy kind of chipping things around, not able to get anything, but he chased it down. So, again, I think one of the keys is trying to get the ball into the middle of the field. A lot of times they've been able to, from the middle, send it right through the defense to Luke, who is quick as lightning up front. A little pressure there by Seamus Kilgallen. Not able to come up with it, though.
Glenbard South substitutions, number 3, Sean McLaughlin on the field, and number 12, Alec Steiger.
As you heard, Glenbard South just made the first substitutions of the game.
Okay, international soccer rules say you can sub out 3 players. There's no substitute limit here in high school. So you'll see guys coming in and out of the game, no problem. JD comes up, calls his guy off, and throws it 45 yards.
That was a good pass up now. Grayson with the ball. Hopefully he can do something here, get a good pass ahead, stay in control of the ball. Kicks it back to Owen. Tries to get to Luke Hawarda in the middle of the field, but gets deflected by Glenbard South, who's now coming back with the ball up the middle of the field. Pass to Seamus. Not sure what to do with the ball right there, so just trying to get it through the defense, hoping something happens. Glenbard South just trying to kick it away, get the Warriors back on defense. Max with the good pass and defense right there to Owen Hardy.
And no call on both of those plays. And in fact, a call made for Glenbard South there in the middle of the field. So Glenbard South will get the ball at the 35-yard line here. Makes a quick short pass. Didn't want Wheaton Academy to get set. See if this pays off, catching us a little bit lackadaisical. Sends it across. Wheaton Academy meets it with the head, which is good. Max Dominguez able to clear that thing out. And really, that's all Wheaton Academy needs to do these days. If they can sustain, that quick pressure and then just get rid of it and let everybody else come back, they're usually good enough on defense to help stop that. So a little possession now in the middle of the field. Seamus to Grayson. Seamus sending it to his brother, Jack Kilgallen. Might have a shot if he chases it down. Looks at Luke. Nothing from it.
That's a goal.
And puts it in.
Assist by Seamus Kilgallen to his brother Jack Kilgallen.
Take a look at this hesitation here by Jack Kilgallen. Takes it, says it, and then actually goes near side post on the goalkeeper. There wasn't any room to go there, but he was able to thread the needle there. That was an excellent goal to get us up on a 1-0 lead there.
Very tight window right there to work with, and he was able to make the goal.
So Wheaton Academy in a familiar position now, up 1-0, and usually this is Luke Hawarda time. A lot of teams start to put a little extra pressure on, and they forget about the counterattack that Luke can do. So we'll see if he can come up with a goal. That was an outstanding pass, though, early on there by Seamus Kilgallen, sending it to his brother Jack on the far side. And Jack just hesitated, watched it for a second, listened, and was able to thread the needle on the near side, which is outstanding. Max Dominguez sends it right to Luke, and again, that's probably where Wheaton Academy is going to be starting to put a little bit more pressure on. We'll see how Glenbard South can sustain our pressure in the next minute and a half. Looks like DJ Polino getting ready to come into the game. Usually that means he's coming in for Max Dominguez, but we'll see. It's a pretty impressive run to catch that ball. Owen Setrin and Glenbard South player even up, and Owen was able to get to the ball much faster. Great save by Quinn Partain, not letting that ball go out of bounds, and Glenbard South has nothing to do but kick it out. So maybe a good possession here. Here comes DJ
Wheaton
Polino
Academy
for
substitution, number 3 on the field for the Warriors, DJ Polino.
Max Dominguez. That's a pretty normal substitution.
Max was working hard there on the right side of the field in the
Yeah.
defense, making sure the ball doesn't get near JD, giving him less pressure to deal with.
Yeah, there's little doubt that when Max is in, he's giving his full effort. A nice touch play to Quinn Partain. Quinn Partain sends it across. And, oh my goodness.
Lacroix just missed it, trying to hit it in. Probably looking for the left side of the goal, but hit it just off.
Yeah, there's Quinn's little effort, and then Luke just had me a little bit upset with himself. But I mean, that's a tough one to control and send it into the net. He just took the angle and went off to the left.
I wouldn't count on him missing those too many times, you know. Just, I think he'll convert that next time, knowing what he did wrong.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how many opportunities he gets. He just kind of, I saw him jump on sides and jump off sides. He's just playing around with those last line of defenders. Using his speed here. Another opportunity and finds the back of the net.
Seamus Kilgallen with the goal right there from the pass from, I believe, Grayson Harris.
Yep.
Wheaton Academy goal by number 22, Seamus Kilgallen.
Outstanding. Keeping the ball low on the deck. Skips that thing across.
Seamus Kilgallen having a good game today with having already a goal and an assist with only 20 minutes into the game.
It's not an easy task for Glenbard South. You know, Wheaton Academy can sit on the ball if they want, if they start feeling Glenbard South's pressure a little bit more. But they're probably going to put more pressure on Glenbard South now. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Brook works on this, what is called a 2-minute drill, where after you score, you have about 2 minutes before you get back into the regular flow, and you can have a team really disappointed with themselves, and you can take advantage of that. You can go and be a little lackadaisical, and they can take advantage of it. So these 2 minutes coaches talk about all the time.
That was a good save by JD Gunn right there, making it look easy.
Yeah, and it really isn't. I mean, how tall is he?
He's about 6'5".
So the ball's skipping on the ground here on turf, which we know is skipping a little bit faster on grass. He has no choice but to get down. And some goalkeepers can be a little bit lazy. He's just all mechanics.
Yeah, some goalies might get lazy and just try to pick it up instead of diving on it, but he just makes the right choice there and to dive on the ball.
There's a pass back from Eli Lebo. Now, he's not able to pick up that ball because of the pass back, so he has to take it with his feet. Kick it out wide to DJ Polino, who's giving it to Seamus Kilgallen. Sends it to the near side over here. Number 11.
To Luke Sesnoff.
Yep, one of the seniors being honored tonight for all his hard work. Really, really valuable senior on this team this year. Taking his role really well. Leadership with his voice for sure. Coach Brook giving him a chance here on the left mid. Grayson Harris, nice control. Tries to chip it, but a little extra, and Luke couldn't chase that thing down. Beautiful sunset happening in the background. Sun's setting a little bit earlier these days. Pink sky. Wheaton Academy is, got a 4-day week, and what's going on next week, Josh?
Next week is homecoming week for Wheaton Academy Warriors. One of the students' best times of the year. Have a lot of fun with a lot of games and activities planned. At the end of the week, having soccer on Friday, Friday Night Lights, and then in the morning having our football team playing at 10:30 and 1.
Yeah, and we were,
Warrior substitution, number 6, Sam Frosley.
maybe you heard that,
Glenbard South.
the
Number 7,
announcer Renee
Tony
Ledesma is
11,
announcing
Alex
Sam
Dimitrescu,
Froslett coming into the
and
game for
20,
Grayson Harris,
Ryan
who
Wilson.
played a good 25 minutes here. Sam will take his place in the center midfield, maybe on the right front there. Yeah, so we are doing soccer and football, but I believe because of the craziness of Friday night, I believe we're not going to live stream Friday night's homecoming soccer game. For all of you that listen or watch us, I apologize. I just think it's going to be a little bit too much. So we're going to try and give you the last of the football games of the season at home. So not often we get a 2 o'clock or a 1 o'clock start for a football game, but we're going to try and deliver it to you on Saturday. But a pretty crazy week. I believe we're going to do volleyball earlier that week. Nice job by, who was that, Owen Hardy, taking a shot. And really just slowing the ball down, which is good enough.
As we said earlier, for substitutions, Sam Frostley came in for Grayson Harris. Sam Frostlett's only a sophomore for those of you who don't know, so he's filling in for a great senior in Grayson Harris. Hopefully he can hold his own for the next 15 minutes of this half until Grayson Harris comes back in.
Come on, finish!
DJ Polino kicking it out of the way to relieve some of the pressure. JD Gunn able to, mishandling the ball there. That's just laziness right there on picking up the ball. Approaching the situation lackadaisical, seeming easy, messing it up.
I know, but you're not following the ball.
Just under 15 minutes left to play. Warriors up 2-0. Comfortable position. Good lead. Here's Luke Sesnoff. Not feeling the pressure from behind, but the bench gave him a clue that was happening. Nice feed to Luke Huerta. And just enough. You know what? You know, that's the extra effort there. He got on the ground before Glenbard South, and Glenbard South was running just right there with him. Here's the goal cam that would give you nice little skip pass. Great replay there to show you the difference was just an extra foot that Luke was able to get past the defender, run that momentum in. Here's another look at it. A great pass. Who was that assisted by? Owen Sutron.
Owen Sutron with the assist to Luke Huerta right there. Excellent pass.
That was outstanding. So 3-0 lead for Wheaton Academy on Glenbard South. Still in the first half. Some of our live stream games have been a little one-sided. And in fact, some of the Wheaton Academy games have been a little one-sided. Maybe this will be the way it turns out, or Glenbard South can get their act in gear a little bit here, try and stave off the pressure, put a little pressure on JD Gunn up front.
Now this is where Jeff Brook wants to be right now with a 3-0 lead before the half. But not wanting to relieve any pressure just yet, not taking it easy, just keep applying the pressure, not backing down until Glenbard South knows that the game's over.
Yeah, I mean, Brook's got a huge bench at his disposal. Some of these guys are just itching to play. They love this time where Glenbard South's taking a few more chances. There's a foul on number 2 for Glenbard South, kind of tugging at the back of Owen Hardy's jersey. But, we see a few people warming up. Daniel Rinchenkov, number 5, I believe that's Finnegan, Logan Finnegan. So getting a chance, getting warmed up, getting ready to come in. When they get a chance, they'll be ready.
Good steal by Luke Sesnoff. Back to Owen Sutron. Now crossing the field to DJ Polino. Kicks it up to, trying to get it to Seamus, and Glenbard South just sends it back. We got some substitutions for Wheaton Academy. We got number 23, Daniel Reshnick.
Daniel Richenkov, number 23. Number
5, Logan Finnegan.
And 19.
And 19, Max Dominguez coming back.
So I talked about this on earlier broadcasts, but Warriors are 10-4 right now. And tomorrow, Coach Brook has to go to the sectional seeding meeting. The sectional seeding meeting is going to determine who plays who, when, in the regional and in the sectional. Well, Wheaton Academy is hosting the sectional. That's a good thing for us if we make it to the sectional because everything will be at home. It's a bad thing for us in terms of the regional games we have to play because we will have to play at Sycamore or Canelan, more than likely for our games. Now, that's a good drive away, 45 minutes to an hour. And more than likely, we're going to be playing one of those teams. Well, playing a team at home, there's all kinds of energy that can happen in the state series when you're at home. So in our subsectional, that's really what's the regional is what's the classification there. We've got IMSA, Marmion, Burlington Central, Dixon, Canelan, Rochelle, Sterling, Sycamore, West Chicago, and Wheaton St. Francis. Or we're West Chicago, Wheaton Academy. So, I mean, when you hear some of those big names, you know about basketball teams, but in terms of soccer, really we're talking about Sycamore and Canelan, two of the regional sites, being two of the top teams. Mm-hmm. Well, if they're two of the top teams, at some point we're going to face them, and we're going to face them at home. And so Coach Brook's going to make an argument, well, we're 10-4, but hey, did you see us beat St. Charles East? There's a shot on goal, it just misses out of the... And in fact, it looks like it's offsides is called earlier than that on Daniel and Chekhov. So we're making an argument saying, hey, we're playing some big schools, and with those big schools, we're going to lose some. I think Waukegan was one of those in the Pepsi Showdown. But soccer is unlike a lot of other sports. And no offense to any of the other sports, but they are playing some of the best competition in the state.
We lost our white shot.
Stay here.
It's just a cable. Sorry for some technical difficulties as we're working through this. Daniel Rinchenkov not able to chase that thing down. So again, tonight here giving you a commentary. I'm Matt Hockett. I teach WATV classes, run Studio 22, and do a lot of live stream stuff. You can comment on Facebook, share this out on YouTube and all your social media. Copy and paste this to different people. But if you ever want to comment directly to me, feel free to email me at mhockett@wheatonacademy.org. Joining me tonight is Josh Walraven, his second color commentating. Hopefully it's not his last. Not going to be able to do some basketball unless we get a sideline report every once in a while from him.
I'll be looking forward to it.
We've got up top Jonathan James and Grace Gregory on our cameras. Down low we have Peter Sorensen on the camera. And we have Jared Casper editing and Chas Luchanan as our production assistant tonight. Big crew. Need all the work. And Luke Sesnov sends a strong ball over the top. Didn't really have the backup with Froslid. Maybe everything started moving up a little bit too fast, and I think we've got some subs in for some fresh legs.
Substitution back on the field. Quinn Partain, number 17, and Grayson Harris, number 9.
Yeah, on that pass, I think the Glenbard South defense was able to recover quickly and hit the ball out of bounds to make Wheaton Academy try again. Grayson Harris going up the side, gets it knocked away by one of the Glenbard South defenders.
Yeah, immediately makes an impact and sets up the second corner kick of the night for Wheaton Academy. Corner kicks our set plays for Wheaton Academy. Sometimes they send a person to the corner. It doesn't look like anyone's playing the short ball, so we're content here going with a pretty decent cross, maybe calling out a number. Here's Quinn Partey sending it across. Looking for maybe Daniel Enchenkov there. Running into the net was Jack Kilgallen, I think, or Seamus. Either way, he came up short.
Glenbard South trying to make a run here while Wheaton Academy is trying to get back on defense. Having a 3-on-4, not including the goalie. Taking a shot. JD with an excellent save there. That was good help by, I believe that is Quinn Partey. No, that is Owen Hardy right there with help back on defense.
Sure, that quick save on the replay. JD able to just stop it. No follow-up by.
Back on the field for the Raiders.
No follow-up by JD or the Glenbard South offense.
Now Wheaton Academy is trying to get prepared for the corner kick in the deep left corner from Glenbard South. Having all their players back there on defense. None at midfield ready for an attack. Just trying to hold secure to this lead that they have right now. Able to kick it out. Out of bounds, Wheaton Academy picks up the ball. Owen Setrin comes in for number 15,
number 12,
Elijah
for the
Lebo.
Warriors.
Decent crowd for a Tuesday night. I mean, truthfully, I think I saw a bigger crowd at the volleyball game the other night. Maroon Platoon doesn't. I think it was supposed to be a whiteout. I'm not exactly sold on the whiteout over there.
No, not at all. Not much participation for this evening.
Coming off a 4-day weekend. We had in-service at Wheaton Academy, so teachers were in school yesterday, learning about biblical worldview, working on some of their department goals, and students had an off-campus learning day. We're a 1-to-1 school, so all students have a Surface, and that Surface sometimes works better for some than others. IT spends a good chunk of time fixing those things, making them ready for us. But the off-campus learning day intended to be a time of having some of the same amount of schoolwork, but just not at school. Sometimes it works out well. I mean, sometimes students can plan it. What was your experience? Did you get a lot of work?
Me, I wasn't very productive. I'm not usually productive at home. I like it better at school, being with the teacher, being able to ask questions and do the work there, feeling more productive than being at home with a lot of distractions. Not really somebody there to keep me accountable. But for some people, at home is just more comfortable.
Sure.
So, just depends on your learning style.
Now, you were around for the transition between Chromebook and Surface.
Yes.
How's that gone for you? Were you a fan of the old and simple, or has the Surface been something that you could use more of?
I definitely like the Surface way better. It gives you a lot more opportunities. I like the fact that you can draw on the board. Some people don't like the complexity of the computer that we have now, and just like the regular laptop with the keyboard, no touch screen. But I personally like the pen and touch.
Oh, yeah.
Makes me feel old thinking about Chromebooks. That was 3-4 years ago now.
Yeah, which means those Surfaces are 3 or 4 years old as well. Not saying that technology is bad yet, but, you know, we always kind of look to the next upgrade. It is a nice perk of Wheaton Academy to get a device and be able to have that in all your classes. I know that helps out my video classes. A lot of people work on Premiere, take it home with them. There's a foul call. Glenbard South with a stab there on Owen Hardy. Quickly, 3 people line up. Looks like Matt Oster having a conversation. Not sure what the conversation merited there, but so this is one of those plays. We talk about this. We see 2, 3 of these a game. You have 3 different options. You have Grayson Harris stepping over the ball and Hardy stepping over the ball. Quinn Partain, well, it looks like Owen's playing in the middle, so they might all step over the ball, and then we send a short ball like we did there to the far side. That was to Grayson Harris. That is called at the bench. Or Owen takes that and actually drives it towards the goal, or maybe curls that around for a header. So you got a lot of options. It's a little complex play. It needs to be, because schools, watch these types of things all the time, sends a scout out. So you can't reveal all your secrets during the game.
Very close. I believe that was Sam Frostlid right there on the attempt. Kicking it just long.
Peter, we're really depending on you right now. Gary. He's like, you must be pretty nice.
So with 1:09 left to play, was Max Dominguez, who does his typical kickball, send it down, resettle. The whole defense moves up. So it still is a good Wheaton Academy strategy, because everybody kind of flows with the ball. There isn't much control on it, but that's okay. Nice little touch by Owen Hardy. Simple. Not anything super crazy. Quinn Partain maybe held it for a little too long. So you have 40 seconds left. Glenbard South is going to obviously make a quick push. I would do the exact same thing. Just kick it out of bounds, slow it down for a second. Here comes number 2 from Glenbard South, looking to make that run.
Yeah, definitely not trying to do anything here besides just kick the ball out of bounds, keep it away from Glenbard South attackers, and just push up the field. Just kind of kill some clock, get to halftime, regroup, and come back with another attack.
There's a foul on Wheaton Academy. Not enough to stop the clock, so Glenbard South looking for the ball quickly.
I believe that
sets it on the ground.
That was Matthew Oster right there on the foul.
No, so here's what happened. Wheaton Academy. Renee, they're going to ask for a second on the clock. So Wheaton Academy got called for a yellow card right at the end there. So 3 seconds have been asked to be put back on the clock. Sam Frostlid ran in front of the ball. Now, I think it's normal course of action there. He wants to delay it a little bit as he's making this, the end of the half coming close. Well, I've seen this called in a regional or a sectional game, and actually got the player, second yellow card, got him ejected from the next game of the state series. This
15, Elijah Lebo onto the field for the Warriors.
2 seconds. 2 seconds has to be on the clock. So this will give them one opportunity, and really it's just going to give them a shot. I don't think they can get off a pass at this point, so he's going to have to put it on goal. It doesn't stop the yellow card, which will be addressed by Coach Brook here at the end of the half. Didn't need to do it. It was already winding down the time. JD will make that save. A little touchy there towards the end. And the horn signals the end of the half. So a little bit of weirdness towards the end. Still doesn't negate the 3-0 lead Wheaton Academy has, so hope to add to it in the second half. We'll rejoin you here in just about 8.5 minutes.
Good, thanks, Mark. Just return it for me after halftime. Thanks, man. Get some bonus, all right?
Hey folks, we've got about 10 minutes before the teams come out and resume action for the second half. So we invite you to stop by the concession stand, have a variety of delicious treats now being brought to you by award-winning Bon Appetit Management Company. One of today's features is a slow roasted barbecue pork sandwich smothered in classic house-made barbecue sauce. It's delicious. We have a variety of cold beverages and sweet and salty snacks. Do you like warm, soft pretzels? I sure do. And the Bon Appetit concession has them and is serving them up with a fabulous house-made cheese sauce. They also have fresh popcorn, kettle chips, hot dogs, and a great selection of cold beverages. So stop by the concession for these and many more treats. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. Bon Appetit. Three minutes left to go in the half, folks. Going to remind you again, the concession has quarter-pound hot dogs. You can get one individually or you can buy a meal. Chips and drink included. Soft pretzels with cheese, nachos with cheese, candy chips, jumbo cookies, or jumbo cookie bars. Small popcorn, large popcorn, bottled beverages, and they might even have some hot chocolate running around in there somewhere. So help yourselves. Come on down to the concession, and Bon Appetit will take care of you. Young friends, we are so glad that you are enjoying Performance Trust Field, but if you are not a player with Wheaton Academy or Glenbard South, would you please clear the field so the players can take it? Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, we've been out there a couple of times.
Clear the field, please, youngsters. Don't make me come out there.
See the bat. Like,
Thank you.
All right, rejoining you here for the second half, Matt Hackett and Josh Walraven, your play-by-play and color announcers here today. Boy, it started off pretty hot outside, but a nice breeze came in. I thought we were going to get rain, and now it's just a nice, cool evening. And if you're watching this instead of watching the Cubs game, thank you very much. If you're watching it after, wow.
Very appreciative.
We'll see if we can get some score updates.
Yes, you gotta give that ball boy some credit. He's running all over. You gotta give him some love.
They're doing a good job, aren't they?
Fans started coming by and saying we gotta give the ball boy some credit. I agree. They've been working hard. Ball boys. Oh, St. Louis with a 1-0 lead on Chicago Cubs. Of course, They just need a Brewers loss or a win by the Cubs to clinch the division. Second year in a row. Heard that not too many people were headed downtown today. It's not the same celebrating it the second time. They're going to wait for the playoffs. Now that we've gotten there, we want to finish, get to the World Series again. Not going to be easy. There's a great feed.
Look over with the isolation
Boom.
there.
Yep.
With 40 seconds, not even 40 seconds of play, they get their first goal of the second half, making it 4-0. Luke Hawarda with his second goal there.
Great feed by Owen Hardy. Fed the ball up to Luke Hawarda for that easy score.
All right, on the left side you have Max Dominguez trying to get it out to Seamus, who kicks it over to Owen Hardy. Kicks it way over to Jack Kilgallen, who races down to get it in the deep corner. Tries to kick it. Glenbard South, number 4, hits it out of bounds. Grayson kicks it to the middle to Owen Hardy, who comes back to give it to Quinn Partain in the middle of the field. Crossing it to Seamus, I believe, who kicks it up to Quinn, who tries to head it in just over the crossbar through the uprights.
For a lead for Wheaton Academy.
Just a first half update. Luke Hawarda with 1 goal, assisted by Grayson Harris. And then we have Jack Kilgallen with the first goal of the evening, assisted by his brother Seamus Kilgallen. And then we have a goal by Seamus himself from Owen Hardy. Excuse me, Owen Sutron.
Yeah, I think we had both assisted by Owen Hardy. Foul called on Wheaton Academy. Looks like they called that on Quinn Partain. Appreciate you joining us today. Again, if you just joined us, you're watching a 4-0 lead right now in the start of the second half for Wheaton Academy. If we can get to 7, I've done a couple of these games where I know now that you cut the time in half. So if we ever get to a 7-0 lead, we'll just half the rest of the time on the clock, which is sometimes nice for both teams at that point. Wheaton Academy is planning on doing a live stream for the football game coming up here on Friday night. The play-by-play is given by Daniel Smith, teacher at Wheaton Academy. Does a great job. We have a big team that works those games, and the football team trying to get a win back in the conference. Fallen to Riverside Brookfield last weekend. We'll be playing against the same team, Glenbard South, on Friday. So Owen tries to pull that thing back. Again, would have been fine in a one-on-one situation, but had someone right behind him. Surprised him.
Peter, are you okay?
Kick up to Luke Hawarda, who takes it to the corner. Glenbard South kicks out of bounds. Wheaton Academy now with a corner kick. Excuse me, pass in. Pass into Luke Hawarda, who kicks it back. Owen Hardy trying to make an attempt at the ball. Hits it off and to the left of the goal. Glenbard South coming back with a kick-in.
Goal kick by Glenbard South. This goalkeeper has been pretty good. A couple of the chances that Wheaton Academy's got really has just been these. Here's a chance too. Looks like Grayson Harris almost with another opportunity there. He's one of those guys, I don't think he's gotten a goal yet. He got an assist earlier in the game, right?
Yeah, he got an assist early in the game, but yeah, trying to get a goal there, take it by himself up the middle, just got knocked away by Glenbard South.
Jack Kilgallen looking across the ball. Glenbard South steps in front. 19, Max Dominguez here on the near side, trying to send it in too. Max always willing to sacrifice his body. You know, those big headers, they hurt. You know, it's concussion protocol hasn't been. They've been monitoring it in soccer, but you know, the game of soccer is taking balls off the head all the time, and it is. I don't think there's any danger there. It just hurts. The ball goes up high. You've tried to do it. You got to hit it on the right side of your head. Here's a ball to Luke Huerta, sends it across the field to, looks like Owen Setrin coming all the way up. Oh, a nice little drive there. Not able to finish, but a pretty good shot opportunity. Here's a replay of that. Again, I like that little one touch and then boom, low. And just missed it. It really started rising at the tail end. Good opportunity there for Owen.
That was a good opportunity by Wheaton Academy to try to get a score there, but with the 4-0 lead, not too worried about scoring right now.
I didn't hear his name getting called that much in the first half, and that might be because it's senior night. But John Austriaco is here on the near side now. He's been coming into the game, giving us quality minutes. He's on the. He just left the picture on the right-hand side. There's a bad throw-in they called on Max Dominguez. So John getting an opportunity to be in the game. Senior night tonight. We called out some good names here earlier, and spending a lot of time helping the program. Some of them for 1 year, some of them for 2 or 3 years at this point. Max Dominguez, a senior, he's playing on the near side here on the right side defense, right there in the play. Number 8, Matt Oster, is a senior. I think we have in this game still, we have Grayson Harris, who's a senior, number 9. We have Quinn Partain, number 17, a senior. Luke Huerta is number 14 up top. Luke Sesnoff came in and out of the game so far. DJ Polino has spent some good time out there, as he always does, replacing for Max Dominguez. And then J.D. Gunn in goal and Owen Hardy in the midfield. That's a good number of seniors. I looked at Coach Brook. I said, man, this is a good list. He said we had 12 or 14 last year. So although there's 8 here, maybe there's a little thankfulness that the whole team isn't seniors like last year. And we've seen some of those guys come in, like Daniel Winchenkov, Sam Froslin.
Sam Froslin, of a few others who have come in as underclassmen to step in for varsity at Wheaton Academy. Glenbard South trying to get a header in from the corner kick, missed it to the left of the goal.
Yeah, not to mention some of the other juniors on this team. Ricky Resendez we haven't seen yet. We have Owen Setrin. Brian Henry got hurt early. Haven't seen him play much this season so far. Elijah Lebo's in the back. Matt Navaria gets in and out. John Ostriaco's in right now. These are all juniors. Jack Kilgallen and Seamus Kilgallen got the first 2 goals and assists, and Paul Bello coming in and out in some of these games. That's a pretty healthy list of people that you've got coming in next year, and Coach Brooks got to be happy.
Please stop singing.
30 minutes left to play in this second half. Wheaton Academy with a 4-0 lead. Walking by the goal at the end of the half. We're near the coach for Glenbard South, just talking to his players and saying, this is, if we want to win the sectional, if we want to get out of the sectional in our level, and they're a 2A team as well, we have to beat a team like this. I mean, everyone wants to hopefully win a regional, but Wheaton Academy is, that's a pretty nice compliment. I mean, we know Wheaton Academy is a pretty good soccer school, but I think the rest of the area knows that Wheaton Academy is a pretty nice soccer school. I mean, we've been downstate the past 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah, both for boys and girls soccer. The teams, both the Wheaton Academy name and the soccer area speaks volumes to a lot of teams. Always having a good team. A couple years ago, having Ty Seeger, who won Gatorade Player of the Year 2 years in a row. Now playing at Northwestern Junior.
Yeah, let me throw out another name for you just recently. Grant Stoneman, I believe he's a junior at Loyola. And Loyola, the university there in Chicago. He was, I think this is his 4th year. He probably should have been a senior, but he redshirted. And he was named one of the top 10 soccer players in D1 for the start of the season. I know he got interviewed recently by Haley Spittler, who works for the Rambler Athletic TV show, another alumni that from Wheaton Academy. But she interviewed him because he's top notch at that D1 level. And I know Seeger is just still new to the game. He got his first goal at Northwestern the other day, but this program turns out players. Not all of them go D1. We have Owen Hardy, Grayson Harris, and Quinn Partain all going Taylor. Boy, that's a nice group that Taylor gets to have for all 4 years.
Yeah, a lot of people from the Wheaton Academy soccer team already have committed to the Taylor soccer team. As you just heard him say, Quinn Partain, Owen Hardy, and Grayson Harris, just to name a couple, that will be going there and attending next year.
Yeah, so I was coaching tennis for 17 years, and we got to everyone gets to the sectional. Not everyone wins and gets a chance to go down state. It was a big deal for us to qualify someone to state or 2 people to state. We got a free kick here by Quinn Partain, going to send the ball to the far side. Try and skip it across there. Matt Oster not able to get anything on it. And Glenbard South plays around with it for a second. Jack Kilgallen settles the ball down. Max Dominguez sends it across. I like that little cross there. Luke Herrera trying to turn the corner. Wasn't able to get to it. But it was outstanding to qualify someone to state. And I know in basketball, I coached that for 10 years, and I've been watching for the other 10. Little opportunity there. Goalkeeper does a nice job getting on the deck there and making that save. But it would be really nice in basketball to win a regional. And here, Wheaton Academy is going to be looking at this season saying, you know what, let's hope to win we expect to win the regional. Let's hope to win the sectional. Let's get to state again. I mean, that speaks volumes of a team like this.
Yeah.
The big deal last year was football, right? Hey, we made it. We're in the state playoffs, played ACC, and just hyped to actually be a part of things.
Yeah, as you were saying, Wheaton Academy basketball hoping to pick it up this year, having 7 seniors as we had last year, only 1 active senior, Tom Bloom being the one inactive, tearing his ACL a month before the season started, and Jameson Tusher being the only senior that we had. Hoping for a good year for basketball. In midfield, Jack Kilgallen has the ball, kicking it to DJ Polino. He takes a shot.
Oh, I like that.
That was a great look right there.
Yep. Kind of some misdirection of an offensive player going to the right and crossing, and goalkeeper did a nice job of keeping his eyes on the ball on that one. So we'll update you with the Wheaton Academy sectional agenda once we find out from Coach Brook tomorrow what that is, and what teams we're going to have to potentially play in the regional to get to the sectional. Until then, there's a big game coming up, homecoming. If you've never been to homecoming on Friday night, it's pretty crazy stuff. And one of the reasons why we're not live streaming is, everyone wants to be a part of it, and everyone wants to be there. And there's fireworks. You can come to the game. Sometimes you go to a Sox game because there's fireworks. You got Wheaton Academy soccer game. You're going to have fireworks shot off right across in our little track area. Enjoy just the end of what's going to be a cool week. There's John Ostriaco there. Working with it and earns himself the foul. Actually holds his ankle for a second. Maybe selling it. You never know with soccer players, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Nah, he was running off. No problem at all. He did his job. Got a free kick here on the 40. Looks like number 11 here, Luke Sesnov, going to send the ball into the far side or look for DJ Polino on the short side here. He sends it long. Great little ball. We are able to get to it. John Ostriaco finds his feet again.
Now he's grabbing that ankle again. John Ostriaco down around the 3-yard line.
Yeah. So maybe not as... Bench kind of goes silent for a second, but maybe not as good as he thought as he was running away from that. Maybe he got stepped on a couple of different times. Let's see if he... they stopped play, so I think they're going to sub in here Quinn Partain for him. Walking off on his own accord, that's a good sign. Coach Brook gives him a high five. There's applause by the editor, saying nice job.
Number 2 comes under the...
While we're talking about editors, that applause was Jared Casper. He's the editor for the evening. We have Chas Luchanan as the production assistant here tonight in the booth. Up top, Grace Gregory and Jonathan James on the cameras, and then down low, Peter Sorensen. Joining me tonight, Josh Walraven. Wheaton Academy got that 4th goal really early in this second half.
Yeah, hasn't been able to score the past 16 minutes of the half. Really probably just hoping to defend, making sure keeping that 4-0 lead, making sure it doesn't get close, and just being able to pull off an easy win here tonight.
22-58 lead.
Taking some time off the clock, making it 22-58.
Yep. 18 seconds. We'll see if that comes into play at the end of the game. Trading heads. Probably a wise decision there by Grayson Harris. Instead of playing it to his feet, kind of just chests the ball around, tips it almost to J.D. Gunn. He picks it up and settles things back down. Playing Seamus Kilgallen in the back right now. Now he's starting to make his run forward. But they're going to play a little extra in the back, get things settled down.
Grayson Harris coming up the midfield, trying to find somewhere to pass it to. Quinn Partain didn't go for it.
Yeah, looked good from up here. Just he didn't see what we saw.
No, not having that angle that we have. Maybe he was thinking of a different play, hoping Grayson would pass it differently, but...
There's something you don't see that often. Goalkeeper punts it all the way to the other goalkeeper. That just means we didn't touch it, Glenbard South didn't touch it, and the guy's got a big foot. There's a foul call. Jack Kilgallen getting pushed from behind. Matt Oster take this free kick.
Kicking it to DJ Polino, kicks it up to Grayson Harris. Gives it to Seamus Kilgallen in the middle of the field. Quinn Partain trying to give a fancy pass back to Seamus Kilgallen, unable to through the Glenbard South defense.
I think that goalkeeper is just venting some frustration. You know, that's not a typical play you're going to get where you can get control of the ball. He just wants to get it away from him, and Wheaton Academy's done a nice job control here and back at it. So Seamus and Jack back and forth to each other. And that ball just sailed right over the top. I think that was Luke Huerta.
Onto the field for the Warriors, number 10, Owen Hardy, number 19, Max Dominguez. For the Raiders, number 19, Lance Evans, and 14, Spencer Pyle.
Elijah Lebo coming out here. It looks like Jack Kilgallen coming out. Yeah, so from what I can tell right now, Coach Brook is putting in a few more of his seniors to play in this senior night, which I think it's a nice opportunity he gets. Sam Fraslett looks like he's getting ready to warm up and come back into the game. Coach Brook calling him over, talking to him, saying go warm up. So first time he'll come back in since late in that first half when he got his yellow card. John Ostriaco still working his ankle. Trainer's looking at him as he's running up and down. Not completely sold on the strength of that thing. Max Dominguez for 3 points.
Glenbard South substitution, number 16, AJ Biancalana.
Quinn Partain chasing it down. Really no intention of actually touching the ball. Just wanted to get the ball to go out of bounds. Max settles it at his feet. Gives it to Grayson Harris. Looking to Owen Hardy. Nice little touches by Wheaton Academy here in short little ball control.
Glenbard South kicking into the middle of the field, trying to see if they can get something going here late in the second half of the game. Max Dominguez there with the defense. Foul on Glenbard South. Free kick. Matthew Oster on the free kick.
Oster sends that ball long. Luke not able to chase it down. So they're just trading back and forth. But I would say possession, but neither team is really holding the ball for that long. 18 minutes left to play. Getting the ball to Luke. Nice little touch. Ball's going to travel out and just goes past the goal line. So we got ourselves a corner kick. So here's where, watch you got three guys right next to the corner. There's a good chance that they'll go short here. And now Coach Brook yells out a play, which is going to send both of them long. So going to try for a particular number or location. Maybe Matt Oster gets his head on the ball this time. And that was mishit by Quinn Partain. That actually never got over the goal line. Well, speaking of homecoming, doing a little editing for our homecoming evenings, and one of the videos I'm making is featuring a guy named Richard Holt. Richard Holt has a very unique story. Was hired by Christopher Kraft. If you look up the name Christopher Kraft, you're going to find out that he was NASA's flight director for the Apollo missions. And our graduate, Dick Holt, went on to Wheaton College, got a physics major, Love the idea of figuring out how things work, the orbits of things, and I went to work for the Navy first, as a civilian in the Navy actually. Got hired by NASA next, and from the birth of the Apollo program to the time we put a man on the moon, there's an opportunity, a really strong throw-in by Glenbard South. Ball at the feet of Glenbard South, not able to convert there. To the time we put a man on the moon, Dick Holt was the guy helping NASA communicate with its shuttles in space, making sure that it always was hitting a certain satellite location back on the ground. We have pictures of him at flight control during some of those really important missions. It's an intriguing story. Mrs. Earl, who's in charge of our alumni program, went out to California to interview him. Dick Holt has been a part of Wheaton Academy, but has lived away from Wheaton Academy for so long. It's one of those stories, it's just so amazing because you think, well, I came from Wheaton Academy too, and graduated in 95. Here, Josh, you're going to be graduated what, 2018 or 19?
Yep.
So this, this moment where you realize as a person that also came from the same place that Dick Holt came from, that maybe you can be that same person, have impact on the world. Not in the same way. He's got a very unique story, but it's really cool to see some of those successes of graduates saying, I was at the exact same spot you were. There's Quinn Partain. Now, Quinn tried to take that ball to his right, or to his left, and instead of shooting the ball with his right, he ran into the defender, and we lost that opportunity. A couple of subs getting ready to come into the game for both sides. Have had a no stoppage in play for quite some time here. Owen Hardy with the ball in the midfield.
Trying to kick it out to Max Dominguez, and does. Who looks to kick it deep to Luke Hawarda, who heads it behind him. Glenbard South just trying to kick it away. Trying to get something going. Owen Hardy able to stop the ball and take it back the other way. Kicking it out again to Max Dominguez, who kicks it up to Quinn Partain. To Luke Hawarda, who tries to see if he can get a goal here. Kicks it to the middle. Max Dominguez with the return. And then Glenbard South with the
I'm
great
not sure if that
there.
was a shot or if it was feeding the ball across to the far post for someone else. I like the thought. There's Seamus getting a steal there, keeping the ball alive. Yeah, and then Luke, too. Nice position to get himself on the far side. Luke's down. Guys kind of helping him up, and we're signaling a corner kick. So subs coming into the game.
Into the lineup for the Warriors, 6, Sam Frostlet, 5, Logan Finnegan. For Glenbard South, number 4, John McMahon, 17, Rob Schmieder, and 20, Ryan Boza.
As you just heard, Sam Frostlet and taking the place back of Grayson Harris, as well as Logan Finnegan taking the place of Seamus Kilgallen. Owen Hardy with the great steal and trying to get something going up the middle of the field. Coming into 3 Glenbard South defenders, pushing his way, trying to get something going. Probably trying to look for a foul with the ref, but didn't get it. Glenbard South on the inbound. Turning it over very quickly to Quinn Partain and Sam Frostlet and Logan Finnegan. Owen Hardy trying to get it back to the middle of the field, get some control and organize something.
Yeah, 11:30 left to play here. I think Coach Brook is still wanting to get another goal or two. That the referee signals, hey, maybe a little less intensity there up by Luke. He wants that goal. Has Luke scored today?
Luke has. He has scored actually 2 of the 4 Wheaton Academy goals, going 2 of 3 attempts. Having a great night today. If he gets one more goal, he will have a hat trick.
Well, and you see how hard he's pushing himself, even at the 11-minute mark here left in the second half. Now, I see Ricky Resendez coming in. I see Daniel Rinchenkov. My guess is Luke's coming out. Ooh, there was almost an own goal. That's going to be a corner kick. So subs will come in the game. We'll see who they sub out for.
On the field for the Warriors, number 4, Ricky Resendez, and number 23, Daniel Richenkov.
As you called, Luke Howard is coming out. He's too valuable a player. It's late in the game. Pretty much a guaranteed victory right now. Don't want to lose 2 of your best attackers, Quinn Partain and Luke Howard, right now in this 4-0 lead. Best to get them out and get ready for the next game. Come practice tomorrow.
Oh, there's a shot on goal.
Owen Hardy with his first goal of the evening.
Wheaton Academy goal!
He did a nice job. Kept the ball. One touch here. Kept the ball low. Got to that far side. That one touch was the reason why he was able to get that ball and surprise everybody. Didn't have to settle the ball at his feet. Did a nice job there.
That makes Wheaton Academy having 5 goals, having a 5-0 lead, going 5 of 10 on attempts, going 50%. That is very unusual for soccer, even at the high school level, but Wheaton Academy just being able to push the ball and keep getting those goals, getting different people involved. We have 4 different people scoring tonight. Luke Horta, Owen Hardy just scoring, Jack Kilgallen, Seamus Kilgallen being the 4 scoring tonight.
So our goal, or our bench cam there, Jared Casper able to find a moment where Owen's coming off being congratulated himself from the after this game. I think it might be the first time Owen's come out today. Ricky Resendez, number 4 here on the near side. That's Logan Finnegan here, number 5. So those guys new into the game, looking to give a little energy. And I guarantee Coach Brooks saying we're not going to settle down right now. I've seen this lead get up higher than 5-0, so this isn't to pull back everybody. Looks like JD's going to get his moment of congratulations too, as we've got a goalkeeper substitution switch.
Yeah, Andrew Hoekstra coming in for JD Gunn as a
JD
goalkeeper.
Gunn gets a rest. Number 1, Andrew Hoekstra in goal for the Warriors.
Andrew coming in as a sophomore, taking place of senior JD leading the team. I still want to do else on
Max really always intense, putting the pressure on guys. His feet are always moving. Max also a great student at Wheaton Academy. Seems like he's always giving full effort in everything he does. The throw-in for Wheaton Academy, we'll see if this referee doesn't give him the substitution yet. Wasn't ready in time.
Yeah, Max being very involved in the student body, also on the improv team in the winter and springtime. Very good at what he does on the field at soccer as well as on stage for Wheaton Academy. Providing great entertainment for not only the students but the parents and teachers watching.
Yeah, Wheaton Academy's got a ton of opportunities, that's for sure. You think of a guy like that can play or do all of those different things. You also have your choirs, your theater, your dance teams, in the fine arts. You have visual art where you can be a part of an art club or get involved in 3D printing and design. You have the media art where you've got graphic design and photography. So
All the fine arts live streamed as well.
yeah, so we've got, once the fine arts season comes around, we're going to see a lot of different fine arts things happening. A lot of times they have to get ready, they have to prepare. One of the fine arts events that is not, there's a ball that skips over the top of Hoekstra, and they'll call a foul there as the guy scored Andrew into the goal, but we'll show you the pressure put on. So he kind of misjudges the play, then grabs it, definitely had control of it, and here comes Glenbard South kicking Andrew Hoekstra into the goal. That does not count for them.
Yeah, I think that's just frustration on the Glenbard South side, not being able to get anything done. And with only 6 minutes left to go in the second half, just haven't been able to score, get anything going. Even with the Wheaton Academy substitutions and second string. Let's foul Glenbard South number 17 on Logan Finnegan, receiving the foul there.
And who's that put out? It looked like Luke has delivered a couple of these balls. Luke Sesnov. Coach Brook waves them both off. No short ball here. They're going to send it far side. He's done a nice job. This is against the wind, so the ball's going to hang up in the air probably a little bit longer. Little challenge of the keeper, a little bump there, and the keeper does a nice job. 5 minutes left to play. We can come with a comfortable 5-0 lead. Give you the Wheaton Academy schedule. So right now, Wheaton Academy is 11-4 on the season. With this win, they'll go to 12-4. Good record going into that sectional meeting. There's a shot on goal, skips right into Andrew Hoekstra's hands. That's going to count as a save for him. Wheaton Academy is on a current 4-game win streak. This will make it 5. Just what you want to see here towards the end of the season. They're 5-2 away. They're 5-2 at home. They're 6-2 away. One of the most lopsided victories was the first game of the season. They won 9-1 against Timothy Christian, who has really done a nice job.
Jeremy Ernst for the Warriors on the field, number 24, Paul Bello.
Saw girls tennis lost their first dual meet of the season yesterday against Neuqua Valley. A tough loss. That's a big school. That's a really good tennis school. After today, looks like Wheaton Academy has what is called the Go for the Goal Fall Classic. It's 3 games in a row, and they're all to be announced in terms of where they're going to be played. I'm not aware of where that's going to be either yet. That'll be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday straight. 3 games in a row. Might be worth following Wa Boys Soccer on Twitter. Speaking of which, you can follow us on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter. We have a Wheaton Academy TV, WA TV Twitter account called it's at The Real WA TV. That'll give you all the updates about what the live stream's happening when. Also shows the news stories for the current week. Shout out to our WA TV class today. We had a FaceTime session for the whole class time with Jessica Bruno, who is a news anchor for KFOR, a news, I think it's NBC. If I say NBC, it's going to be ABC, but it's a news in Oklahoma City. And she runs the 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. anchor and then does segments and packages outside throughout the day until about 2 p.m. So, but an alumni able to share her wisdom with us was awesome. We finish up with Ileana and Marmion next week. Marmion is going to be the homecoming game at 8 p.m. And then the last game of the season before we get into the regionals is at West Chicago, and it's at home. And that's, truthfully, that's going to be one of the harder matches of the year. West Chicago always brings it, and we'll try and bring you the live stream of that game for sure. It's probably going to be the last live stream for the boys soccer for a bit of time. We're going to give you 2 football games in a row and a volleyball game. Of course, always appreciate you tuning in. Share with people what's happening. Let them know. Text them the link. Help us out. Get more coverage to more people. I know people are listening in multiple states at any given time in South Carolina and Tennessee and Pennsylvania. Got a text message for someone in California recently. So we're expanding our views, and appreciate the time you spend listening to Wildboys Soccer. Coach Brooks done a nice job this season. With 54 seconds left, Wheaton Academy up 5-0. We're going to probably look to just settle the game down, stop them from scoring. We're probably pulling off the dogs in terms of trying to score, though, at this point. I see Matt Navarre into the game, number 16. Sam Froslet holding the ball in the middle. Josh, what do you like today? Why did Wheaton Academy score 5 and Glenbard South didn't score any?
Well, I think Wheaton Academy tried to get it done early in both halves. In the first half, not able to do it quite as soon as they were able to, but around the 12-minute mark, able to score their first goal, and then soon after their second and third goal, quite quickly, as you said, that 2-minute drill, trying to catch the defense off balance, and then coming out strong in the second half.
Yeah, on senior night, you always hope for a win. You want that good memory. And I think our seniors definitely contributed. Of course, it started with some juniors with Seamus Kilgallen and Jack
Excellent
Kilgallen.
game tonight, gentlemen. The Wheaton Academy thanks Coach Sisko and the Raiders for joining us this evening for tonight's
As
match
both
and
teams
for their
shake hands, I
excellent
want to shout out to
sportsmanship.
my crew again for, I'm Matt Hockett giving
We
you
wanna
the
say thank you again to
play-by-play.
our officials for
Color
serving
here
us on
today
the
was
field
Josh
today. The Warriors
Walraven.
next see action at the
Up top,
Go for the
giving you
Gold
the
Ball
camera
Classic
shots
on
were Grace
September
Gregory
28th,
and
29th, and 30th.
Jonathan
Select the Sept
James.
Wheaton Academy website
Your
for times and location.
Field camera today was Peter
On behalf of the Wheaton
Sorensen.
Academy
Production
staff,
assistant
head coach
was
Jeff Brooks,
Chas
athletic
Shannon.
director Kevin
And our
Lovers,
editor
and
today
head
was
school
Jared
Dr.
Casper.
Dean Frost.
Good
We
5-0
thank you
victory
coming
for
out
Wheaton
and supporting
Academy.
high school soccer.
Look forward
Blessings
to
and
seeing
safe
how they
travel
do
on
at
your
the
way
end of
home.
this week. Follow them on Twitter if you need to, Wildboys Soccer. Look for updates on athletics.wheatonacademy.org. And check out ihsa.org. If you go to the soccer area, tomorrow evening or Thursday, they're going to work through giving you the regional and seeding for the upcoming state series that's going to happen in about 3 weeks. Great senior night for Josh Walraven and my crew. I'm Matt Hockett. We'll show you this last goal here as we work through, giving you a couple of, well, we'll give you a couple of the replays to show that. Actually, we'll leave it at that. So, my editor's saying we've got some more goals, so we'll show you those goals.
What did you do?
Getting a quick shout out there by the soccer team, applauding everybody in the booth. Love to see the appreciation from the players towards us here filming the game and commentating.
Yeah.
Always nice to have that.
Yeah, they're the one team that I've gotten a thank you card from after doing all these live streams, which is a really cool thing. And it's student-led, Coach Brooks said, so it's really cool. There's Owen Hardy with the last goal there. Again, from Matt Hoggett, Performance Trust Field here tonight, Wheaton Academy wins the game 5-0 against Glenbard South, goes to 12-4 in the season, and looks for good things in the future. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Share this out to everyone you know. Give us some more views and comments. Have a good night.
See you next time.